So I want to keep my lips to it the entire time.
Try to keep like no more than an inch or two.
So I want to devour it.
Yeah. You want to make it your
Penis.
or a lover's penis. Maybe.
Right.
And for
Whoa.
me, see.
Okay.
Well, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
We're just getting into position here. For me, I don't need to be too up on this one. It's a little more.
Like I hear you really well.
Yeah, right.
It's so weird because I see you.
But I'm still on here.
You're like over there.
But I'm like right here.
But I hear you in here.
Isn't that kind of weird? If I come in really close, isn't that kind of interesting? Like
Yeah, like I hear you in my head, like you're my thoughts.
Right, you try it. Get in really close.
Hey, can you hear me now?
You can't whisper. You gotta give me something deep.
I can hear myself whisper.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Do you like that whispering?
Not really.
You like that tight whispering? The little lips.
Right.
The little tiny lips.
It's definitely possible.
What if I
I don't know if that's.
But
what we
someone
want.
might like that.
Yeah.
I kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're getting the idea. Yeah. Okay. So maybe it's not, let's do an introduction.
Oh, are we actually? Is it going?
I mean, yeah.
It was going that whole time.
I mean, essentially, yeah.
Was it going the whole time?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much.
I thought we were just.
Well,
testing
would you
it.
introduce yourself? What are we doing?
Oh, we're talking to microphones, and that's Drew, and this is Adam. And this is our official first beer of the day.
Yeah, official first beer.
Official first beer on camera of the day.
Yeah, we had a warm up beer. This is not
like
sobriety. This is Friday after work is over. You know.
Right. I mean, my Friday was like 3 days ago. So.
Yeah. So introductions. Who are you? What's your? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you heard. I'm Adam, and I'm one of Drew's good friends. I'd like to think, and we actually lived together for a while, which was the
some years
best cohabitation I've ever experienced.
Cheers to that.
There was lots of times of coming home, sit on that sweet couch we got.
The red one. Miss it a little bit.
The
Inferno
captain,
would cuddle
the
us.
double captain chair.
Oh, that. Oh, the
double.
The
captain's
dark brown,
chair.
potentially black double captain recliner couch. That we
That
had
was-
spent a lot of weekends binge watching shit on that
Just
thing.
anything.
Star Wars and whatever.
What?
Yeah, we had a really good time
That
living
was
together.
good.
Yeah, I agree. I remember one of the ways I was realizing it at the time was I wrote you a letter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
Oh,
like,
yes,
dude,
yes.
this is something like, it's the sanest, safest, cleanest, most peaceful place I've ever lived.
I do remember that letter.
Yeah, and I was like,
That was very heartfelt.
oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
And we still had a couple of speed bumps.
Of course, anyone who lives
It
together.
wasn't like we
had
didn't
speed
argue.
bumps.
We did argue a little.
There was, if people don't argue after living for any time of
You're
period together,
pretending. You're pretending.
or you're just not a person,
You're an NPC.
not a person of color.
No.
What? What's
non-player character. So like, this is like a video game terminology for a person who is like in Grand Theft Auto, who's walking on a sidewalk. That's a non-player character.
They just react to things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, we had the biggest hiccup I could think of was, I can think of two. Actually, two only. So
What do you think of?
the two were dog related and garden related.
Yep.
Yeah, that was about it. But that was the only two that
Yeah.
I can think of.
The dog-related one, I almost have no memory of. The garden-related one, we're talking about the same thing. So you and I,
But
invested.
each one was one getting upset with the other in opposite ways. So dog one, I was
you were like,
upset
I think,
with you.
about how I was something about Inferno.
And then you...
And I think, I was like,
the garden was like, you were upset with me.
Yeah, so it was like one for one of,
one
hey.
for one, yeah.
But we're better people for it.
I mean, we're people for it.
I think better.
Right.
Like that's something friendship does, is it goes, hey,
You've been a dick.
you're being a dick,
And it's like, yeah.
or hey, it's sometimes even that kick in the leg is wrong. You go, hey, you did a thing that made me feel like you were being a dick, but really had almost little to do with you.
Right.
Sometimes that happens too.
But then as long as we're still friends afterwards, which means we got over it, which means we figured it out. So if I would have been like, hey, and you're like, meh, F you, I'm out. Maybe no one's better because nothing was resolved.
So that's what I'm saying. So thanks for being my friend.
Right. I
And
appreciate that.
thanks for
Thank you
telling me
being
the
my
truth,
friend.
right?
Yeah.
So, but okay, so then there was those two things. Besides that, we
We
decorated the
kicked
place.
We kicked ass.
We had like the bikes on the walls. We had regular fun things happen. You were dating at the time.
You were dating at the time?
I was dating at the time. Not as much as you were.
No. I came into you dating.
Yeah, you
'Cause
moved
I was
in while I
actually
was
the
still in a relationship.
third.
You're right.
I was the third one.
But then I broke up with her, and then it was just you and I.
And then it was sweet sailing.
That was pretty cool.
That was like bachelor pad of the ages.
Times 4 because
It was so
we had our
good.
own bathroom.
It was so good.
We had our own bedroom.
Yeah.
We had a big TV.
And we had the captain's chair.
We had captain's chair. We had a patio. We had
Which
the
people
big backyard
loved.
with the garden that was amazing.
And then people came over and hung out.
oh, they loved it. It was a cool spot. It wasn't as cool as the boat, but it was like second place.
I enjoyed visiting you on the boat.
Yeah.
I didn't live there, but I enjoyed
You were there in the
visiting.
boat
And it
ages,
was
yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
The whole peeing off the side was great.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, you hope to go back someday?
What?
Maybe.
I mean, it's not that I don't look at boats for sale online. I mean, it's not like I don't do that. I definitely do that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I could see when my girls are like,
Peeing off the side of the boat.
yeah, when they're peeing off the side of the boat, I could see maybe us spending a few years on a boat somewhere. I
Cool.
could see that, but
Yeah.
not long term.
More like vacation or
okay, so
temporary living.
If I become as rich as I hope to become, both. If I don't, no, we would spend a few years on it and then sell it probably.
Okay, cool. Just a bit of technical setup here. Do I sound tingy to you? I sound tingy in my own.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I? There's no fixing.
There's
that.
no fixing
Okay.
it. You
I'm
just try to speak more manly. See if you can.
Oh, I need to deepen my voice.
see how better that sounds.
Yeah, but I don't sound like that.
That's the difference between our microphones. You want to switch?
No, it's also the difference between being a real man like you and being a man-ish like me.
Man-ish. Mr. Southwest Airlines commercial man.
Man-ish.
Man-ish.
It's like a mayonnaise, but it's a man-ish.
Yeah. Spanish.
It's like, I wish I was a man. I was mannish.
That's trans guys. See? Trans guys, that's Spanish. I don't know if that's not be allowed. I don't know if that's allowed.
It's not. That's not like wishing. That's just like I feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's different than like if I wish I had 4 legs and I could run really fast uphill. That's a wish.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was like, I have 2 legs, and those 2 legs look better shaved, I can shave my. It's not a big like jump.
It's a smaller jump.
It's a smaller jump.
Okay. Cool.
You know, like between like human genders, it's a small jump.
It's pretty small.
It's a small jump. Like
Yeah.
we're basically
Pretty
the same.
A lot of overlap.
Yeah.
Lungs,
Oh,
Hearts.
I mean, lungs are a big deal.
legs,
Legs are
fingers.
a
I mean, there's a lot of overlap.
big deal. Right. Yeah.
It's like 20% different. If that's like
if
80-20.
that,
Yeah. I mean, if you count
I mean, I'm not like a
internal organs
doctor.
versus external organs versus like hormonal stuff, it's probably like 15 to 20% different.
yeah, like
maybe.
most of like the atoms that make me up versus the atoms that make up my wife. They're pretty similar.
Almost the same.
I'm
Especially because you're eating the
pretty
same thing.
Sure.
Especially.
And like, I fart, and then she breathes it in.
You guys are farting the same stuff.
I mean, she doesn't fart at all.
No, oh no. Why would she?
She does not.
Well, then what's this whole she's a human thing? Because does humans fart?
She's a better human.
Oh. She farts inward.
Not that I could hear, smell, or experience. It's just It's all just her.
She probably goes to the bathroom and farts.
Oh, those are terrible when she goes to the bathroom. It's terrible.
So you follow her. You do like an ambulance chaser into the bathroom.
No. It's like she goes to the bathroom. I go in 20 minutes later, and it's still terrible.
Damn. But that's you. If you wait a day and a half and you go and you take your nice hour and a half, you cut your nails, you're on your phone, you're cleaning between your toes, you're reading a magazine, you draw a little picture, and then another log falls out. Then you wipe once, then you take a break.
I'm
a little
pooping this
tinkle
whole time?
comes out.
Okay.
Yeah. You're still on the toilet.
Uh-huh,
You go in there, it's 8 a.m. You get on the toilet, it's a day off. You have coffee on there, a turd comes halfway out, you draw a picture.
Am I drawing a picture of the turd?
No, whatever you do, you're just doing Adam stuff. You're drawing like triangles and squares and shit. That's what you're doing.
Triangles.
That's what you're doing.
Triangles are great.
Yeah, you're drawing those in different shapes. You're like, what if I could redesign this, or what if a bicycle had,
Right.
that kind of stuff.
And then I forget it all because I have to wipe.
But then you're not done pooping, and you tinkle a little, and then there's a little more poop. That's your like.
Wait, do you poop then tinkle then poop? I
Yeah.
totally tinkle then poop.
Oh, if in the morning I wake up, I go and I sit down. It's pee time. I start with pee.
Oh.
Then I poop. Then sometimes I pee again.
Normally I wake up, pee, walk away. It's just a urination thing. Then I come back later.
See, you have too much time on your hands. I don't have that kind of time.
So much time
I
on
don't
my
have that
hands.
kind of time. I need to get up and get on that toilet, push it the fuck out, shove in the
See,
eggs
a
or oatmeal,
lot-
and get to the pools.
A lot of the times I'm not pushing. It's just flowing out. And if I
Do
don't
you
get
squatty potty? Are you a squatty potter?
No, I would like to try that.
Well, can we send it with Jamie? Can we send him one? That's
Yeah,
fine.
that would be great. Yeah, seriously, Jamie, just get on that. Anyways, it sounds good, and I like the whole evolutionary knees to cheekbones pooping sort of a thing, right? That's what
Knees to cheekbones. Oh, like get it in tight.
No, well, no. When you squat down, your knees are like up here.
I can't do that.
Well, then you would probably die out on the savannah.
No, because I would
Like you'd find the
Squatty
one
potty.
tree
I'd
in the
build a-
savannah,
yeah.
and like hold it, like press up against
Hold
it.
it, my hip hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let it be noted that I am limping heavily.
It's a heavy limp.
I'm like
I feel
a
bad.
guy in his 80s who's also a caveman who has a bad hip, and there's shuffling like I'm really old at a
Right.
casino.
Right. But if you were a caveman, you'd probably be 20 and you'd be doing all that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, I'm 20.
fell
I'm
off the
finally
rock.
20.
I made it.
Everyone's like, whoa, that's a 20-year-old. Watch that.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
they're probably
Yeah.
like
He'd be-
gargling bile at
Right.
this point.
Yeah.
Just oh my god. But I actually think you and I, who are in our mid 30s,
Late.
I'm
Late.
36, you're 38,
Yeah, about to be.
yeah, pretty close.
I'm 37 and a half, technically.
Well, I'm 36 and a half technically.
Okay. Well, I mean, let's get technical.
Okay, great. So, I think we're gonna be able to get into some technology
Dude, I
in the
want that.
next 2 decades. That's gonna really change stuff about that. I know of some specific things about it because
And
I
I want it now.
Listening, right?
And
You
I want
can you
it
can start now,
now.
like Joe Rogan started now.
What do you start?
NMN. New
Non.
Gerantine.
Non. NMN.
NRN. And then
Non-repeating
also
masculine
resveratrol.
news.
Resveratrol.
I
That's
don't know
another
what that
one
is.
they're doing. You can order this online, and there's a company. He was on the JRE. They're this year going to be selling a product. Okay, so when you go to a DNA specialist, they will measure the age of your mitochondrial DNA,
Mhm.
and then we'll go. There's a baseline that they have for all people. They have a product that they're going to sell you that when you take it, you will, after it's fully been taken, you will be able to measure a 2.5-year decrease in your DNA age.
Hmm.
You will actually go back 2.5 years at most, 1.5 to 2.5. That's the range.
So can I take
Measurably.
30 of them and be like one?
Right. So that's no. What the product is now is basically like, hey, slow down, back up a little bit. So by the time you caught back up, it's probably 4.5 years. You know what I mean? But it's like, what is it, $1,200? I mean,
Oh. Yeah, I don't have that.
But you could save it, and next year you could get it.
But it would take me a year to save it, and then I'd already be years behind, and then give it to me, and then I'd be
I'm
like
making
this,
up
and
the
they'd be
price. It might be
okay.
$55,000. It
Yeah,
might be
then
$100. I have no idea.
Well, what I'm saying is, I'm just waiting for them to download my brain, and then I live in like a virtual world.
Wouldn't you rather have this body if it was in good shape?
No. I would rather download my brain into a mechanical robot that can then like change
Like data.
And then switch out forms. Like, I want to go swim, put my brain into like a dolphin body.
Oh, like you change all the time?
Wouldn't you?
Oh my God. You're thinking way ahead, man. I was more thinking like I'm going to live to 250 and then die.
But 250 years from now, shouldn't we be able to do all that shit?
220 years, I'll be dead.
But
do you want to live past 250? Really? I don't think I do.
Oh, 100%.
Really?
Because at that time we'd be hopefully exploring
Learning
some
new things,
other
exploring
or
new
yeah.
So you want to be immortal.
So-
Would you live 1,000 years?
Yes.
Would you live 5,000 years?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because just imagine the technology gains
But I think
in
we're
that amount
supposed
of
to
time.
die.
Are we?
I think so. I think we're supposed to die
What's the point of life?
to learn about death.
Well, then shouldn't we just die the instant we're born?
That happens a lot.
It does.
It happens a lot. I
But
more
as-
think there's more to learn about consciousness, whatever that word means.
Right.
Like, we're kinda
So
here
wouldn't
to-
the more time that we're conscious be better learned?
By measure of amassing time is consciousness, but the quality isn't in perspective there.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know. A lot of wise people are older.
A human brain probably has an arc of functionality.
Right, but if you could,
Even if you pump it with the DNA. Okay, so then you leave the whole brain and you're in a computer. Is that you, though? Is the you...
Does it matter?
Will you remember this podcast when you're in the computer, like, as you?
all right, so there's lots of different scenarios. One would be you download a copy of your brain, or your brain waves or whatever consciousness that makes you you, and you upload that into something. The original you dies. Yeah. The original you is dead, but the copy can be.
Does your consciousness follow?
We're not there yet.
I don't think
but
so.
if it does,
I don't think it will.
I mean, everything can be,
There's something about
boiled down to like ones and zeros.
There's something about wetware and our brains
Right.
that we can't understand or escape.
We don't know that
even-
yet, though.
I really think a brain in a bowl in a like holodeck.
Yeah. Would that be fine?
Yeah, I mean that's
So well, then that's possible.
But then you're not contributing anything. You're just sucking in.
Well, why can't you think of things and then give some output of something?
Maybe
Yeah.
you'd have to be assisted, but yeah.
Well, if you're assisted to like do the whole brain in a holodeck thing, there's assistance there. Why couldn't you like?
Hope to
give
harvest good ideas from
Yeah.
those brains and bowls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. See,
So-
this is where we're going.
Right. So there's this really cool series that I've been reading, where
Like actual letters.
books.
Wow, with your eyes?
Yeah.
Huh.
Right. Right. Totally. Like physical.
With paper?
Physical. No. All
Oh, no,
digital.
screens.
All
Oh, good.
Digital.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I used to be really against the whole like reading novels on a screen. I was like, I'm not doing that. Like the whole Kindle came out, I was like, I'd rather have a physical book. I like turning pages.
Yeah, I was
and all
buying
that
books when the
stuff.
Kindle came
I
out.
loved it. I
I'm
loved
buying
it.
them all the time.
Yeah, it was great. Then I got a Kindle thing. I'm like,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's pretty nice because you do
Yeah.
multiples.
But like
and-
books on tape, how about that compared?
Oh, I do. I really do like audibles.
yeah.
I've listened to more than these two, but these two have been there easily in my top tier novels I've ever read / listened to, and I've listened to them.
Jitterbug Perfume.
They are amazing books. They are retellings of classic Greek myths, but taken from the point of view of minor characters.
Like Odysseus.
Right. 100%. But the tale of Odysseus is told from the witch Circe, that Odysseus comes into contact with on his way home. But her whole story is told in this novel, and it is so phenomenal. So phenomenal.
It's an audiobook.
Oh, it's so well. I mean, it's a novel, but
It's a novel.
I listened to it audio.
Do you remember the
title?
audio artist? The spoken word artist?
No.
Some of
Whoever
them
did
get
it
really
was
good.
great. And then the same author wrote another book called Song of Achilles. I'm trying to remember which one came first. I want to say Song of Achilles came first. The second one was Circe. I have a 50% chance that was right, or
Okay.
it might be the other
Fair
way
enough.
around.
Right. There's too much information to remember now.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, the author's name is Madeline
It's a lady.
something. She is a phenomenal writer. Oh my God, it's
She
so
American?
good.
American based?
I don't know.
You
English.
might-
She's English based because she writes in English.
My guess
maybe.
is New York. That's my guess.
I'm not. She might be. I know she studies, teaches, Greek ancient literature or something. I know that's like a super wide field, and I'm not getting it actually correct. But
It's a cool story from the
She
witch's
is-
perspective.
great. She talks. How she gives the whole story and
How'd
the
you encounter
details.
this book?
Just heard about it. I
How?
don't know. Maybe podcast.
What, you like NPR or something?
Maybe. Oh, probably NPR.
Yeah.
They do stuff great.
I'm a little
times.
like nowadays. I'm driving down to visit my parents-in-law, and Rebecca has a NPR podcast to listen to, and I of course listen to it. I'm a little bit like it's pretentious now. It's so overproduced with all the overlapping with talking, and then
Well, which one do you listen to?
I don't
What
know.
do you listen to?
Like the I don't even. It might come to me, but like. There's they interrupt it with all this audio, and they claim in the beginning, they're like, look, we need we need funding, of course, like every good production does, and they're like, we travel all these places, and each episode costs as much as $150,000 to make with all the editing and production, and I'm like,
You're like, I could do that for like half the price.
yeah, that's like a bit much. And they're saying it, they're like, oh yeah, well, that's as much as it can cost. Perhaps some episodes are much less, to be fair. And it's like, I don't know if that's like good. And then it's like so produced. It's like an action movie as a podcast. It's not people talking. It's like bits of conversations cut into half or whole sentences.
I wonder which one you listen, because they have multiple ones.
Yeah, they have a
right?
lot.
They have multiples. So I'd listen to. I'm trying to think of which one.
But they're heavily
NPR.
edited. They really edit. I mean,
Well,
like compared to
it's
like
it's
Joe
a
Rogan,
production.
there's no editing.
Well, it's not a talk show,
Right, but it's
Do you
a
know
podcast.
what I mean? but it's not.
So-
but there's, I mean, podcasts are anything
Well, they're usually
in a pod form.
Well, they're usually talk shows,
No,
but sometimes they're like question shows. But now they're almost anything.
I mean, I listen to a few. I mean, I thought a podcast is anything that's on a pod format. So I listen to multiple like storytelling ones that they just read stories that are awesome. There's a sci-fi one called Dust. Have you ever heard of Dust?
Mm-mm.
So Dust, I think
You gotta get a little long.
started with like that. Okay.
Just get
It just sounds weird in my ear.
Just get it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I think Dust started, I'm not sure, but it's like either a YouTube channel or a something online video service that's sci-fi movies, videos that people
Like-
produce.
Okay.
So it's just like anything. So there's
could
like
we make something and put
yeah,
it on there?
there's but it's like
All
there's
right.
animation, but it's all sci-fi based, right?
Okay.
And so there's some pretty cool videos out there that people make that are super cool, and some of them are like, yeah, that looks a little low production, but some of them are great. But they have a podcast where they have people reading sci-fi stories, and these stories are great. And they're like really short, like 20-30 minutes, but they're really good stories. Very entertaining, very imaginative. They do old ones, they do like classic sci-fi ones, they do new sci-fi stories. They're phenomenal. So there's a lot of stories that I listen to. There's also a podcast that I listen to on the way here where they do mythical, it's called, I want to say it's called Mythical Monsters, where they just take myths and give it in kind of story form and tell you about it. So I listened to one on a Japanese spider monster, and then I also listened to on the way here, then I also listened to the first like the origin story of the Viking myths of the world. Awesome. Stuff I've never heard of before. But like these come from, you know, human myths from all around the world, and it's all in story form.
What's it called?
I think it's called Mythical Monsters.
The point is, have you done much of the history podcasting, like Dan Carlin or the Italian guy?
Dan Carlin, like, what's his history something? He does like long form, like 3-4 hour. They are.
And then Daniele Palelli
good.
does History on Fire podcast, which is
I've
also
never heard of that.
super good.
I've never heard of that.
Daniele Palelli has a very thick Italian accent, and then it takes a little getting used to hear
Right.
the Italian. But then it's really cool.
Okay. But the Dan Carlin ones, you're just like, oh, he knows his shit, and he just goes off, and he starts talking about a subject and gives the whole backstory and the whole side story of the backstory and this backstory of the side story, and you're like,
You're really
dude,
learning.
this is great.
You're learning.
Yeah. But it sounds like a story, right? So that's probably not edited. When people are talking one-on-one and doing basically a question-answer sort of a thing, like the Joe Rogan.
I could interview you right now.
Right, interview. That's probably not that heavily edited, but the other ones, it's like, it's a story. I'm reading a story, or I have a script that I have previously written, like, and I'm getting through it. That's probably edited. I don't think there's
Have you
anything.
ever written a story or a script or
I don't
anything?
think there's anything wrong with like editing a podcast.
There's too much.
There's too much editing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could too much edit everything. Like you could too much edit a movie, a TV show. There's good editing and bad editing. But I don't think the fact that you edit something makes it not a podcast. Is what I'm going back to.
You know what? I hear your point, and it's like you might be right.
I think podcast is like radio, is like television, is another medium. You can do multiple things in that medium. Like you could have a talk show on TV that's not edited at all. You can have an interview session.
No, because you can't on TV. You can't. No way.
I mean, you could.
Advertiser friendly only. Podcasting, you can say fuck, shit, pussy, balls, cuck,
Oh,
sick bitch.
well, you can say it on TV too,
I mean, some TV
if it's paid.
if it's paid, but not
Yeah,
right. Not.
But what I'm
unpaid.
saying is, the format of podcast doesn't have to be unedited,
Yeah, I agree.
right? I mean, we're totally editing that out. That's gonna be edited. Jane, Joe,
Jamie.
Jamie, edit that out. Yeah.
Have you ever written like a story
Oh, when I was a
like
little kid.
like what was it about?
It was about alternate dimension. Yeah, it was about an alternate dimension where the aliens that we are encountering now are actually just the ancestors of dinosaurs that didn't die out.
Okay.
So, like in this alternate world, if dinosaurs didn't die out, they would evolve into not humanoid but intelligent animals.
A bipedal language
Intelligent,
speaking.
yes, they would, and they would be far advanced than we were because they died out millions of years before our ancestors evolved. So they would have a jump start on us. So maybe instead of like now we are trying to go into space, they've already done that, and then they've turned inward and gone interdimensional, and then they're the ones coming into our dimension.
That's fucking super cool.
Dude, I did that in like a while ago.
That's top shelf shit right there.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Where is it now?
No idea.
Did you write like a script or was it just like kind of
Oh
storyboard?
no, this was like a story, like when I was
story. Okay.
in elementary school.
So okay, but you remember it though,
Mhm.
and it was cool to you. It is cool to you. That sounds cool to me. I haven't heard any story like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, like you're a fan of art and you're a fan of stories.
I'm also a fan of you
Yeah. Thanks.
because
I
you're
mean,
art and story.
I accept fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My beer's empty.
I know. You need another one.
Yeah.
Can we pause? Jamie, can you pause?
Yeah. Pause it. There's. Yeah.
Which one do you want?
Let's go hoppy.
They're cold.
It's working.
Is it frozen yet?
No. I want to hand you this, but that would make me a bad person.
Why? No.
No, I got it.
No, there we go. You want me to holds?
No? Yeah.
Do you want me to open?
Yeah.
I'll just open.
How do you feel about
How do you feel about burping?
Well, it's mandatory.
Right.
I'm compulsed to do it. After this beer, it's going to happen.
I mean, do you feel bad about burping in public?
Depends on the public. If I'm by my, like...
You're walking through a grocery store.
Who's near me? Nobody? Fuck it.
People also in a grocery store.
Like, what kind of person?
A person who needs to buy some food.
I might mutter... Excuse me. I might mutter that if I was like... "Bleh." Excuse me. Like... Yeah.
I agree with you.
I'd probably do that.
I agree with you 100%. It's a human thing.
If I was with you and we were at a campsite...
Oh.
Fuck no, I'm not saying excuse me. I'm going
Right.
to be like, did you hear that?
Yeah. Great.
Can you do better than that?
Right.
I finally got my daughter to laugh at her own farts like 2 nights ago.
Because she was scared of them?
No.
Or?
Well, it was funny because we bathed her and then we were like getting ready to put her into bed. And she was like farting when I was like toweling her off.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, huh? She kind of like noticed. And then like I was getting her diaper ready and I was like putting the diaper on. She's like, and it was like, and I like made a deal out of it and we both laughed.
Okay, so she's tying for the first time that noise to...
Her farting.
Right.
And laughter.
Right. So has she not, like... Which is... Okay, so all that's...
That hasn't happened yet.
Okay, that's all that. So is there, like, a developmental stage where they notice that they're farting?
I think
Is what I'm asking.
14 months, they start to notice.
But
that
they've
they're
farted
farting.
before.
Oh,
But they just don't know that it's them doing it, or they don't hear it, or they
don't
don't
even-
associate...
They don't even know they have ears. They don't even know what a foot is.
But they hear things.
Yeah, I mean, they hear a little and they see a little. They don't see When babies first come out, they can see like a foot.
Okay. Like their foot or
Like-
a foot away distance?
They can see a nipple away. That's how far they can see.
Cool.
That's it.
Yeah, same here.
And when I'm hungry, I see my wife's nipple. That's all. I mean, fuck a ham. Get out of here, In and Out. I don't want you. Deep fried onion rings from. Get out of here.
What do you think In and Out comes from? In and Out.
Sex.
Nipples.
Come on.
Nipples. It's all nipples.
Nipples go in and out of mouths. So
Yeah,
it's basically,
nipples. It's basically nipples,
Or
In and
clitori.
Out. No. That's just way too much. In and Out is all
Sarah,
about nipples.
Sarah, I just burped. Excuse me.
Nipples. Nippli. That's
Yeah,
like
what's the plural? Nipple eye? Nipple?
Nipple.
It's nipple.
Nipple.
Yeah. I think the plural of nipples
It's
is
nipple.
nipple. It's nipple.
Nipple.
So, how are your nipple doing?
Oh, they're unchafed.
You haven't been running long distance.
No, I am not.
Next time I run more than 4 miles, I'm putting Band-Aids on my nipple.
Yeah. Band-aid on your nipple.
Mm-hmm. I'm for that.
Yeah. Anyways, the farting, so
or like if you fart, okay, if you're at a grocery store and you fart like a level 4 fart out of 10, like, do you say anything?
Honestly, and this is where I am a hypocrite. I don't mind burping where people can hear me, but I try not to fart where people can hear me. But I also don't try to hold in my
Like
farts
burping's
But-
less. Do you fart in the grocery store?
if no one's around. But I do sort of check.
I look around if I'm in an empty aisle and
I
it's
do.
9
I
p.m.
fart.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I fart.
Yeah.
But I will burp if someone's like down the aisle. I'm not burping in someone's face as they're walking by me.
Unless
if
it
someone-
comes at, what if it comes at you? And then
Well, then I burp like to the side, like. But if someone
You're a
is like,
gentleman,
if
yeah.
someone is like 3 feet behind me and I'm like walking, I will kind of burp, but I'm not gonna fart.
I feel an urge when I was recently at the Pinole Kaiser building,
Well, that's a medical facility.
and they have an elevator. And both times, because I've not taken the stairs now because of the pain and all,
Mm-hmm.
I took
Sad.
the elevator. I got in the elevator. I was like, oh, I can fart. And I was like, wait, it's only 2 floors. I'm going to get down the 1 floor, and then someone else is going to get in here, and they're going to be like, you're clearly farted. So I was like, hold my farts in. So I go then, and I go to the doctor and do the x-rays, and they take the blood, blah, 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 all the things. I get back in the elevator. First thing I think of,
Someone farted.
I could
Oh.
fart right now.
Mhm.
I could just. And I was like, dude, this is like the one place you really shouldn't fart because someone's about to be stuck in here.
Right.
And I held it in, and then I farted in the lobby before I got out of the building. And
Yeah.
as you know, earlier today you saw me trying to fart sitting down because I have like my sciatica's kicking back up and a thing. I'm in real pain.
Stupid.
Super stupid.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would rather throw money at sciatica research, tax-wise,
mhm.
than like building another drone that goes and drops bombs on people.
yeah, we have enough of those.
And we have people with sciatica pain that we could cure if we just threw enough money in research at it.
And this is like construction work. A lot of family men get sciatica. That's the thing.
And as a society, being a society, we're in it together. That's what being a society is.
Hopefully, I mean,
like,
a bit, yeah.
like we can also just go be mountain people and be on their own, and and
We do that.
people
occasionally.
do that.
You and I do that occasionally.
But-
our last
but-
video was that.
But people do that, and that's cool if like I don't want help, it's just me out in the world, whatever. But you and I living in a society, it's kind of like our choice and obligation and responsibility, and also our right to get help from everyone else because we're living in a society. We help
Because we pay
society is
taxes.
helping each other out. That's what a society is.
Taxes.
Well, taxes is a part of it. But the whole point of being in a society is that more is better than individuals. You know what I mean?
Let's put that into question. What if
Like-
200 people groups was better than 320 million people groups as the United States is now?
Then we wouldn't have. I don't think a group of 300 could come up with satellites, the internet, sewage.
Agreed.
That's what I mean.
That's why we need groups of like 20,000.
So what I'm saying is, our being a society equals benefiting from our combined knowledge and growing that combined knowledge to make it better for everyone else.
Yeah.
So I would rather use my input into that society, taxes, to better ourselves rather than bomb other people.
Well, then shouldn't taxes be like 60% of our income?
I am fucking all for 100% of my income to go to taxes, as long as those taxes are
100%? You wouldn't want any autonomy over your income?
well, if I would have actual voting power on to where those taxes get like distributed. Yeah. So it would be like firefighters, cool. I want firefighters. Police, cool. They gotta have some better training than they do now.
And hiring practices.
And higher practice than they do
Filtration.
now. But I still want police.
Yeah. Teachers.
City managers
Cleaner,
and infrastructure.
Garbage.
Way more than there is now.
Yeah.
Education. I have no children, but fuck yes.
It just makes the world better, yeah.
Well, in 10 years, do I want better stuff than I have now? Yes. Was that equal?
More education.
Yeah. Do I want there to be more doctors and engineers and researchers?
Sure. Yeah.
I think everyone should do that.
Well, if they want to. But
No. Well, yeah. 100% if they want to.
some people are better as tradespeople. Like a plumber
100% is important.
could waste a lot of time in college.
Is important.
Could waste a lot of time, a lot of money in college.
If we ran out of plumbers, we would be up shit creek.
Literally.
Yes.
You'd be slipping shit into your mouth.
But
You need plumbers.
okay, so here's a fun thought experiment. Of the current population of the world, which is
7.2
billion people. Okay.
7.2?
How many of those? Just say 7 billion people. How many of those has a full college education? Percentage. I have no idea, but let's just like estimate.
You counting like babies and elderly? Like
No, like right now, like
people of the then
of the age of having an education.
Well, then
Yeah.
that's like 4 billion
Okay,
people. So then like
We're splitting hairs now. Let's just say
20%.
a quarter. 20%.
Yeah.
20%.
Yeah.
So 20% of the population of the world right now is smart enough and has the not smart enough because everyone's smart enough, but has the education to contribute to a better world, like research or medicine,
the ocean,
or engineering, like making all that stuff. And we have a pretty fucking cool world, right?
Oh
like,
my
we
God,
have
there's
cell
so much more
phones,
to
we
explore.
have beer. No, but
electronic
what I'm saying
drums.
is we have a pretty cool world.
That's great.
now.
We're great.
And that's at 20%.
Yeah.
What if we got up to like 75% of the world has that education? We would be fucking traveling the stars.
Yeah. We'd be like
We would have like
we would inhale calories and it would be
awesome.
Yeah.
So what's the best thing we can do?
Education.
Education.
Throw
the fucking
offer education to everyone.
free.
Yeah.
Free.
But you have to
not
have
everyone has to do it.
But
I'm
it
saying,
might be trade school.
but
Let's say
what-
we can mix both together.
But what I'm saying is give
Offer to 'em.
education to
Every person.
because it would benefit everyone. We would have a way cooler
Should we have
world.
like a universal questionnaire to be like,
What do you want to do?
What's like, or like, what are your strengths? And you have
Yeah.
to be like 16. You can't be younger than that for to even take the test, right? Even 19 maybe is a better age to take the test. It could be
I
like,
think it should be like a
do you like using your
reoccurring
hands
thing.
to twist things?
I
And
think it should be a reoccurring
You
thing.
do it every so often.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And it's like, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Then follow that. Oh, that's not your thing.
Change.
Try something else. People are gonna do this.
What do you do about the people who It's a natural human tendency to want more for less.
And guess what? Technology has done that for us.
Some people I know are skirting on a variation of a government dollar and a hookup and a gift, and there's no output.
That's fine. Because the vast majority of people will want to do something.
Most people want to do something.
I think most people will get bored of sitting and watching TV.
Hopefully, there's too much TV.
And guess what? If you, I mean, I like TV. There's some awesome stuff to watch.
It's good to binge.
I like good stuff. But at some point, I'm just like, I just want to go do something else. And if there's like an outlet to do that, and you have the time and the resources to just play around, you'll come up with some cool stuff. You'll fall into a hobby. You'll fall into a group that likes doing similar stuff. And then knowledge will progress.
If you seek that group out.
Right. But if you make it easy to seek that group out. If you give everyone the ability to, instead of you having...
It's the yellow pages, or... You know what I mean?
Right,
supposedly.
Or if you don't have to work your entire life just to make ends meet.
That, I mean, Andrew Yang. Then we're getting back to like...
Right. He had a good point. Has a good point.
May not be president, but still has a good point.
I know.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. Has a good point. So, yeah. 100%. There will be some people that will just want to sit on their ass and play video games and not give a fuck. And that's fine.
Is it?
It's fine. It's up to them. That's fine.
I guess it is fine.
But the majority of people
will
want something.
70% of people want to do something.
Want to do something. And even if there's like 20% of the people that want to do something, those 20% of the people will progress the human accumulation of knowledge.
Oh, because they're like the observer. They're basically absorbing what the other people are doing. Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Then, okay. That makes more sense.
But what I'm saying is, so currently now, our rough. Jamie, fact check this.
Yeah.
Our rough estimate is 20% of the world actually has the knowledge. They're not doing shit. They just have the knowledge to progress. They're not all 20% of them are actually progressing knowledge.
A lot of degrees just
don't go anywhere.
Debt and no job.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So what if you gave everyone that possibility? We would have so many more engineers. We would have so many more researchers that would just be figuring shit out.
But that system is really wasteful. The current education system, it's gone up 200%
in what?
In 30 years.
Oh, cost-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And the value is
I agree. What I'm saying is...
The whole system we have is poo-poo.
Give education to everyone that wants it.
But the educators who are doing it now, like the higher education now, it's very speculative. It's
okay.
A lot of debt, a lot of overhead, a lot of administration.
That's what I'm saying. Get rid of all that debt. Well, like a lot of people are saying.
But colleges, that's what I'm saying. Like old school, traditional American colleges are like not producing jobs. It's like they're producing whiny, highly educated people.
But they've always done that. Jobs are transitioning. We will never run out of new jobs. We will run out of current jobs. No, we won't.
Yeah.
There will always be something new.
Not for everyone.
Not for everyone, but there will be enough to continue.
That, I think, is an XY axis crossover.
I don't think so.
Because you're going to have people, like the new jobs that are going to be needed are going to be like highly technical. And there's going to be less of the lowly technical jobs needed because of automation of labor.
And I think that's fine because what you forgot about between highly technical and lowly technical are imaginative jobs, artists.
Yeah.
That will increase because people
Big
had
time.
free time. And what comes out of art? New ideas.
Mm-hmm.
New
Burning
ideas.
Man.
Well,
It's
anything.
a hub. Yeah, there's lots of
Well,
hubs.
Well, anything. Just any art are new ideas. So, tons of sci-fi artists, writers, whatever, came up with stuff that down the line technology has caught up to.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can think of things, then the people that are engineering things will have something to aim for and try to surpass. So if I come up with, in my musings of sitting around playing video games, and I come up with some cool idea of like some future world, and I write it down and it goes out there, some kid is going to read that, go to engineering school, and come with an idea to how to actually make that a reality.
So you're spurring creativity.
So yes. So if all of us, hopefully due to automation, don't have to slave away at stupid ass jobs and have free
Repetitive labor,
time to, tons of people are going to waste that time watching TV and playing games and whatever, but some of them will want to write, will want to paint, will want to dance,
Travel, go to Mars.
poetry, yeah, something artistic that will then inspire someone else to do something physical in that
So
vein.
it's a trade-off. So art's kind of the other half.
Well, it's the
of
imagination. Arts are
Yeah.
the imagination of us.
Okay, so we have to fund
So
the
it's a-
arts.
it's
We
a-
should fund the arts.
Well, we should fund people.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to do art, great. If they want to do something physical like engineering, great.
Okay.
But you got to fund it all,
Well, what do we get the money from?
not building bombs to go kill other people.
So where do we get it from?
That,
Just don't kill other people.
yeah,
Just use that money instead
yeah.
to like
That's a lot
help
of money.
people have access to stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
billions a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And you know what? Everyone who's like, well, they want to kill us. Well, let them have dreams too. And
they can dream to kill us.
well, are they going to dream to kill us if we're not trying to kill them?
Less.
Yeah,
But
less.
there's going to be vendettas.
Yeah, I mean,
There's old debts, you know.
because people
America owes a few
well,
debts.
because people have been jerks for a long time.
Well,
Not just Americans, Americans
people,
for sure.
People.
Just people in general,
Native Americans
have been-
were major jerks to each other forever.
and also
War, bloodshed,
the
horror,
Europeans that came in were super jerks to them.
right?
Like
Also jerks.
Honestly, people have been jerks to other people for a long fucking time.
We're starting to slow down the jerkery.
And let's just fucking over. Because guess what? There's enough for all of us.
There's no jerks.
Well, no, there's enough
Stuff.
stuff. for
Mattresses.
all of us.
Electronic drums.
All of us.
Bicycles.
For all of us. Do you know what there's not enough of?
Hate.
Well, greed. People who want more stuff than everyone else.
That's what there's not enough of.
Fuck those people.
Right.
Just drown them.
You know, I thought about that and I was like, well, what?
Thought about drowning them?
Well, yeah, about myself. And I'm like, well, if I got like $8 million, like,
Would that be enough?
yeah, I don't think I would
don't know.
want
It wouldn't
one
be enough.
more dollar.
It wouldn't be enough.
See, then are you greedy? Because I'm like, seriously, give me $8 million, and then I have, I buy a spot to be. I have a motorhome. I'm gaining interest on my. I'm earning money on my. It's like, that's all. That's all I need.
What if the government gave you $2,000 a month per person in your family?
For being a cool guy.
No, for being a citizen.
So 4 G's plus the base.
Well, the baby gets 2.
8 G's.
Yeah.
Is children
A
and
month.
everything? A
Yeah,
month.
until they're 18.
Well, then we're good. I would be in here more. I would be in this room more.
Making,
Art,
coming up with
music.
ideas.
I would have live
And then
bands.
someone-
Yeah, oh yeah.
Some child in Utah would be listening to you, and they'd be like, when I grow up, that sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah.
And then, I'm going to make that. And then, like, in 10 years, like, whatever you talked about 10 years ago is going to be a thing.
Yeah. I agree. And that's why we're here today.
I know.
I want to get bands in this shitty room to play my drum kit, and then the whole band plays, and then we interview them like this. And that's a show.
Can I put this on here?
Yeah. We stuck here? Pull. Just pull.
Put your foot over.
Over it? Yeah.
No, over.
Yep.
Cool.
Like that?
There we go. Okay.
Wouldn't that be a cool show?
Oh, honestly, that's not just a show. That's like a business transaction.
And it would be hi-fi audio, the whole thing. We don't have to have any sound in the room because the drums are electronic.
There's 2
It
minutes.
could all be off the mixer, and then we're just
Making shit, putting it out there. Whoever wants it, they can get it.
We would do the multicam. We'd have all the cameras going, and then we interview at the end like this.
Right. That's a thing, right?
Wouldn't that be fun? I actually have a guy who wants to produce it.
Let's do it.
We're doing it.
Let's do
We're
it.
already doing it.
Yeah.
I already have my first band ready. Probably
All
my
good.
first two.
All good.
Yeah.
And then they can share that with the world.
They would
and
put
then
it on
collaborate,
their Instagrams.
and then collaborate with anyone around the world.
It's basically just like another. It's basically for bands in the Bay Area who are at level like low,
Right.
to go to like maybe medium.
Right.
That's the hope.
And then they put their shit out there, and then any like bands that are low to medium in Egypt, will, like hook up with them and like let's
That was
talk
cool.
and let's do some shit. Awesome, right?
And the cool thing about it is, if two babies here,
Mm-hmm.
we could do it at midnight because it's all on headphones.
And no one cares.
No one would hear it.
Right.
That's kind of the magic of this
and
kit.
that's technology.
Technology.
And guess what? Like me, you using it didn't come up with this.
No.
A bunch of people came up with this. So you are standing.
Way more than 200.
You're standing on the shoulders of giants, and you're getting even higher. And then hopefully, whatever comes out of that will stand on your shoulders and get even higher.
Right.
And that's human fucking knowledge. It just grows and grows and then eats the world.
But what do we do about poverty and crap? Because, like,
Well, that's it's,
you know,
that's
like
just
poverty.
it's just dumb
But it's still here.
because we're dumb.
Well, if I've always thought and often said, if I had enough, if I like had my 8 million, you could take like $500,000 and buy it or rent a warehouse in West Oakland or East Oakland, and you could design and build an automated food tower and just give it away.
And that's why, right there, the people that own Google and Amazon and all that stuff that want to go into space, they could be fucking superheroes, spend a fraction of their
The
wealth
space dollar, yeah.
and make it better
Do
for
what I'm talking about.
fucking everyone.
Right.
That's why they're fucking assholes.
Well, some are, yeah.
But is anyone doing that?
Elon Musk.
Is anyone building fucking food towers?
No, that's why I need to be rich.
No. But they're rich. Is anyone doing that now?
There are people
They're
doing.
building- they're building-
There's like farm stuff
they're-
that's happening, but it's not big
Elon
money
Musk
philanthropists.
Is cool.
I'm
'cause
down.
He's
I'm buying
trying.
the Cybertruck. I'm buying it. You can't stop me.
Elon Musk is fucking cool because he is trying to make humanity a multi-planet species, which is fucking smart.
So is Blue Origin.
But has anyone turned inward and said, you know what, I'm just going to make food free for fucking everyone? Has anyone done that?
No. A billionaire will.
And guess what? They're fucking assholes for not doing that. Because that's here. That's now. Yes, they should be doing what they're...
That's an opinion. That's an
They
opinion.
should be doing what they're doing. But
Why hasn't someone done what my idea yet?
why isn't someone being Bruce Wayne? Bruce Wayne, in the comic books, is a million, billion, whatever heir. And he spends all his money trying to make his city safer and better. Everyone else that has all that fucking money now is thinking like space and stars, which is fucking awesome. But no one is like, you know what? I'm going to make fucking the world better now for the people in it. Is anyone doing that? I mean, Bill Gates is
little,
like
little people.
Bill Gates is doing
His
like
thing's cool.
he has lots of stuff that's like
The poo-poo problem in Africa.
Yeah, and like disease and stuff.
Malaria.
But who's building food towers?
To
in
give
every
away,
in every city, just build one food tower.
Every impoverished neighborhood, just put like 3 stories.
How much? Like,
1 acre.
How much could that possibly cost? Just say $5 million.
Yeah, sure.
Do they have multiples of $5 million?
Oh yeah. But it takes leadership too.
They could just do it.
You have to pay.
They have the money to do it.
You have to pay me or you
They
to like
have
lead the project.
They could just do it.
Well,
They have the money.
They have the money to do it.
They have the
They have
money
the money to do it. Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, the Amazon guy, right?
Blue Origin.
Right? So there was a TV show. There is a TV show that I super liked called The Expanse. Super awesome. It was canceled on some other network. It was like on Sci-Fi or something. I might be getting this wrong. But it was like a few seasons. They canceled it. He liked it. He funneled money into it on his Amazon TV whatever show. He has the money to like, oh, I like that show. I have the money to like keep it going. He also has the money to like put a food tower in the middle of Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. South side of Chicago.
You know what?
Yeah.
He could be a fucking superhero if he wanted to.
Right. Fair enough.
He could be. Easily. He has the money to be an actual superhero.
He may not think that is good.
But he's like, I will pay my money to watch a show that I want. TV show.
But I won't put a
Food.
3-story, 1 acre food tower in the middle of the downtown south side of Chicago.
Right. So, is he a superhero? No, he's just a greedy ass.
Well,
yeah, he's doing some
got
cool
his
stuff.
Focus. High-minded focus.
Would you be a better millionaire or billionaire?
Everyone thinks that. Of course, I think that.
Right. But what would you do with your money?
I would build
food towers.
The food towers. I would be like, hey, it's not like Taco Bell, and it doesn't. No, it's not crispy.
Here's your fucking kale.
Here's kale.
Here's your quinoa.
Beans, quinoa,
and
beer,
here's your salmon,
weed,
and here's your salmon,
and salmon, or
tilapia, whatever.
Yeah. But it's weed and beer too. Like I'm not stuck up. You get it all.
Yeah.
But
here's your basket.
Yeah, and here's your allotment, and it's like,
there you go.
Don't put garbage in your body.
Yeah. And if you want to put garbage in your body, that's cool
Pay
with
for
you.
it.
Yeah.
This is free.
Yeah.
And then it's like everyone gets that. They come in and you could just like
couldn't the
cook
government
a big stew
do that?
Yes.
Like if I'm paying into the government,
but you'd
the
have
government
to have,
give that to me?
You'd have to have your wife
that?
be like in charge of more things. She has to move up in layers.
I know.
To where she could be like, all right, Adam and Drew, you guys build the tower, and we're gonna give you $50 million to do it. And we're like, cool. So we're gonna waste a bunch of money on Oakers and Blow.
Right.
But after that, can you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Surprise me.
There you go.
Yep, thank you. Hey Jamie, just go ahead and add it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That was a commercial.
Brought to you by Mayonnaise Incorporated.
Where men are nays.
Dude, cheers. Happy Friday. It's
so
Friday.
We basically solved the world's problems theoretically.
Yeah.
I mean, we have no pull or say or whatever.
Next, we take action. I think our last video was us camping in the woods. I think we have archery coming up. I think there's golfing coming up.
Well, I think
there's batting cages coming up. We're gonna take action with our bodies.
Right, but I think actual action you've taken with your body,
Yeah.
with your seed,
Should I show everyone my exercises?
with your seed, making
my
making an
penis balls.
actual
Yeah,
person
I have
who's
two.
actually going to
I've
take
made.
care of shit.
I've
Like
made two
June
ladies.
June's going to take care of shit,
She's gonna take care. She's a person.
and she's
She's
going to
already like
I
kind of coming
me.
along board. Yeah.
I'm not taking care of anything,
But you have a large income and a good personality, and you're very clean.
and I am not helping anyone else out.
Except for right now, what you're doing here today with me. This is something
I'm not helping anyone.
you will be.
No.
Someone's gonna hear this and go like, "I like
June.
it."
June's gonna hear this.
And go like, "Hey,
And
Uncle
June's gonna
Adam's
be
super
like-
cool."
June's gonna be like, I can't have this be my legacy. I have to change
She's
the
like,
Clark legacy.
I need to get on that podcast and correct.
I need to change that Clark legacy to help people.
She may be on this. That's not totally unheard of that one day she would be on the podcast.
Oh, you should start her.
She's already
early.
been in a few songs.
You
I've
should
done.
start her early talking
Yeah.
on this. As soon as she starts talking.
She can say dada,
Mm-hmm.
mama, and dag.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Never mind. That's not interesting.
Mm-mm.
Don't. Yeah. It's not a thing.
When she's like 4, maybe we'll get like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
out
Bring
of
her on, and like she can like tell you her dreams or.
Yeah. What did you learn at whatever school you go to? Cause
And then when she starts talking, just be like, "And we're cutting," because that's not
yeah,
interesting.
that wasn't.
I know
interesting.
way more than you, so this is boring.
Yeah.
This is so boring.
That is something about raising children. There is an element of
You're
boredom.
just so bored.
There's some boredom.
Like the whole time, you're just like, "Come on."
But the boredom is only a modern manifestation because if I find myself, my mom, she accidentally taught me this. She did not mean to teach me this as a young man, but boredom is like a light on your dashboard in your car.
That something's wrong.
Yeah. It's just that something's wrong, and there are a few ways you can act on it, but boredom is it's an opportunity. Because
Expand
you can
on that, please.
yes, because you could like boredom is what kind of boredom is it? If it's exhaustion boredom, go to sleep. Just if you don't know what you need and you can't sit still, go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
If you are on a Saturday and you've looked at Instagram already and you looked in the backyard, you went outside and you looked and you're like, fucking what do I do? TV, I already want, like the boredom. That's an opportunity to, number one, meditate.
Stop fucking with my cord. No, put your foot over my cord.
No, I'm going to keep it under it. No, all right, fine. I'll go over.
Way better. Okay, cool.
It's an opportunity to meditate.
Yes, I don't meditate. Do you?
Sometimes, like
I don't.
little bits.
Okay.
If I'm feeling boredom, it's a time to meditate. The boredom, like I meditated like when Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the doctor's office,
Mm-hmm.
and they take your blood pressure and they weigh you and measure you, and you get on the thing and you wait for the doctor. Instead of pulling my phone out,
Mm-hmm.
I just sat and just did my best to silence everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't bored. I just accepted, and I just was with my space, and I was absorbing time, and that's like an example of an opportunity to like, boredom is a light on your dashboard to go, hey, meditate or exercise or go to sleep but it's like there's never, unless you're in like a weird prison, like with like say like the Viet Cong, and you've got your ankles tied to your wrists and you're pooping in a bowl, like meditation is my only hope there. But beyond that, like if you're in a comfortable chair in California and you're bored,
it takes some effort to meditate.
just some focus.
Yeah.
Not effort, but focus.
Yeah. There is something I listened to sort of recently about how we lost boredom, like that we can always fill the space.
Yeah.
with our phones because we have that with us. But before we had phones, if you're waiting for a bus and you don't have a book with you, you had to just sit there, look around the world, and your imagination. That's
to
where
a stranger.
That's where the brain. Well, if no one was around, but yes, talk to the stranger. But if no one was around, that's where your mind would wander, and in the wandering of your mind, that's where your mind puts two disparate things, like ideas, comes up with something new, and that's where that spark of inspiration comes from. Of you are bored, so your mind wanders, so your mind picks at things that don't necessarily go together, and then you make something in your mind come together, and then that's where inspiration comes from.
Yes.
So what this talk was advocating was boredom is good.
It is good.
And we have demonized boredom, where if you are bored for 3 seconds, you pull out your fucking phone and you play a game, or you look at some fucking photos of other people.
Girls' butts.
I mean, that's what Maggie does, yeah.
I mean, not me.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, because they might have good
vaginas or
something.
Yeah.
And you fill that void with focus. But what we're losing is the unfocused imagination of boredom.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a important possible idea.
That's right. I'd also add that there's that, and there's more to that.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are we losing the, like, when boredom is good
Mm-hmm.
and you create a new thing.
Right.
There's also, like, the addiction to the phone. We pull at the phone
all
the time. And
all the time.
that's, I mean, people not noticing that is, like, strange. Even people who are, like, in recovery with the 12-step program, they don't notice that they're, like,
Oh, all the time.
you know. It's
Oh,
like, okay.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, for example, I'm trying to think of something. Okay, I go to a restaurant with my wife. At the table, you make a concerted effort not to pull out your phone. It's super easy to pull out your phone while talking
Don't
to
do
someone,
it.
right? But it's
If
easy
you go
to do.
with your wife to an Italian
like
restaurant,
a one-on-one, right? It's
Leave it in
really
the
easy, but it's a concerted effort to leave the phone in your pocket. But say she gets up to go to the bathroom, how fast you're like, well then phone time until she gets back.
it's 10 seconds until I
Right.
think about it, but I don't.
But you could just leave it in there, and you know what? You can
just breathe.
you can just eat your little breadsticks that are on the
Yep.
table,
Sip on your
drink
beverage.
the wine,
Look at
and
another
just
table.
look around.
Yeah, just look around. Dude, just look
How
around.
easy is fucking?
We've
you know
lost
what?
the art of looking around.
That's boredom.
Yeah.
Or that quotation marks, that's boredom. And I need to, like, as soon as you go, phone time. So easy. So easy.
Yeah. I try to resist that.
I know.
It's like active effort.
But is it worth it to resist it because everyone else is doing it?
Just like the episode of Star Trek when they have the game that hits the dopamine and it, like, goes in your eye.
And then they take over the starship.
Yeah, and then only fucking the guy, the kid who's visiting, he's like, "Hey,
It's like,
this
this
is
is weird."
fucked up, bro."
Yeah.
Even the captain gets his penis all in a crumple.
Tizzy.
It's just like
I
there's
think the
nipples
word,
and panties.
I think the
nipples and
technical
panties,
term
yeah.
is a tizzy.
He's in a tizzy. His nipples were in a tizzy.
Mm-hmm.
About this game, he got all hooked, and
Mhm.
like Worf even.
That's honestly Star Trek. Have it made. I want to be in the Star Trek world.
In a few days,
I want to be in Star Trek world.
Picard is coming out.
Yeah, I don't have CBS.
I'm gonna pay for it.
Are you?
Yeah,
I'm.
I have to watch it. What are you talking about?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till it's over, pay for it for like a month, and just binge it straight.
Nope.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna pay for it and send you the link, and that's how you're gonna watch it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll trade you. Well,
Mandalorian.
let's not let the world know that
Yeah.
I'm covering my mouth.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna
what's
give
that?
you Disney Plus,
Okay.
and then you'll give me CBS
you said
Plus, and
CBS.
then we'll
Okay, cool.
trade.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
cool. All right,
What? Hey, we're
Jamie,
back.
Yeah,
And we're back.
Jamie, back. We're back.
Hey, do you remember the sponsor of the show?
Oh,
Final Corp.
makers of
Multi-A's. Mayonnaise. And
mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
And the mayonnaise.
If you're hitting this half pipe and you're skating back and forth, you're working up a sweat and you're getting it going. All of a sudden, ooh,
You just need a bottle of
nays.
hardcore
Raspberry nays.
Oh, there's also new flavor. Pineapple.
Mm.
Nays.
Banana.
Panays.
Nays.
Banays.
What is nays?
Energy drink
It's a carbonated mayonnaise-based sports beverage.
made from
Mayonnaise
eggs
and fruits.
and fruits, but like fruit flavoring.
Yeah.
There's no real fruits
More
in it.
mayonnaise than fruit.
Right.
It's carbonated.
And there's a dude blowing bubbles in it with a straw to carbonate it.
Yeah. Ew. He's overweight.
Well, because he has big lungs.
Yeah, and titties.
Well, do you want the lungs or
Yeah, I want heavy
lungs?
pushing.
Breathing. Heavy breathing.
So there's a little weed mixed in with all that.
That's nays.
Nays. Carbonated
But
mayonnaise.
it's like
sports
it's
beverage.
all caps with an exclamation
N
point.
apostrophe.
Nays.
N apostrophe AIZE.
Nays.
Yeah.
Right.
Also from Final Corp is Rester Size.
What is that?
Rester Size is a new sleep aid supplement that also allows you aerobic activity. Huh. So what happens is it's about 8 p.m. You're getting ready to wind down.
Mm-hmm.
You're having your glass of
Usually
wine.
at 8 p.m. I have a glass of wine.
Yeah, you have your glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you do is you just take your pill.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll start to feel the relaxing effect of Rester Size. We start to begin, and you go get into bed, and you lay down,
Sounds
and then you start to feel the convulsion. You just get the convulsions going, and it starts to go. And then you
right.
start to pass out, and then
Right.
you just start holding while you're sleeping there.
That looks so comfy.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best of both worlds because you
Right.
get rest
And ripped.
exercise.
You
at
get
the
rest
same time.
and ripped.
So, yeah, rester size. Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. So you're
But
gotta-
what should you ingest before Resterize and after
Restercise.
and what should you ingest after Resterize?
mayonnaise. at
So
both ends.
which mayonnaise?
Well, if you were thinking about like recalking the bathroom, sealing a bike tube,
Mhm.
or like cleaning brewery equipment, you would want multi-A's.
Multi-A's because it's multi-purpose.
Mayonnaise.
Nays.
Are you gonna shine?
Yes.
You're gonna shine your electric symbols.
With
Multi-A's. Are you gonna
Yes.
seal the caulking on your bathroom floor? Multi-A's.
oh right.
Are you gonna sterilize your homebrewing equipment?
With what?
Multi-A's.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you gonna spread on a meat-based sandwich under your toast?
What should I use?
Multi-A's.
Wow, really?
Yeah, all the way.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. Because the 100% mayonnaise-based multi-A's is good for everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything.
That's where the word multi comes from.
the multi-A's.
Everything.
Yeah.
A's.
Also, mayonnaise.
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 And that's the after.
Mm-hmm. This is
So
this is
when
the
you-
aperitif. This is the
That
sipping.
is the restful part
Fond?
of.
Over breastful.
Yeah. The
Oh.
mayonnaise.
Mm.
Do you need to go to
Mayonnaise.
sleep?
Well,
You should listen to mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Basically, drinking a bottle of mayonnaise. You drink it, right? You
Oh.
drink mayonnaise?
mayonnaise is an after-dinner dessert wine that is mayonnaise-based.
Right. So basically, it sounds like.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. But in liquid format. Yeah. Okay, okay, they got it. There, he's still going.
That's what it tastes like. It gives you that restful, full-bodied mustache ride.
Yeah, which every single human being on planet Earth wants a mustache ride, restful and full bodied.
Why would they not? Exactly. Restful sleep.
So
Right. I'm awake now.
cool.
Yeah. So we gone over the world's problems, fixed them.
What other topics do we have here?
I would like to know, as a person without little people, what it's like to have a little person, and also follow up. What are you expecting, hoping for, afraid of having another little person?
Good questions. Having a little person has meant a big trade.
Trade. How so?
What you give is
Sperm, first of all.
well, of course, but a year and a half in, it's like
Do you get your sperm back?
There's-
that I don't know.
the freedom. There's like maybe freedom is the word.
So no sperm back. So you gave some sperm. Do you get it back? No.
No one is going to sperm anywhere near or on me anywhere in this juncture. I gave all the sperm and no one's given it back.
Bummer. Okay, continue. That's a super bummer, but okay.
It's like it takes more than you could possibly give as an individual to do it, but it gives more than you could ever ask for.
So there's lots of ether in that equation.
It's more like an exchange you didn't expect.
So you gave some stuff.
You give a lot of freedom. You give a lot of it's not like it's funny. People it's like time. Yeah, it's time.
What's time?
Having a baby, having a little one.
It just equals time. Like you give
Someone
time.
has to be with the baby all the time, unless she's asleep. And then you
So
still
you can
have to
just
be in
leave.
the house.
You can just
no,
leave.
you
No,
can't.
You
leave
can't
the
even
hou-
leave the
no.
house at that point.
No.
Okay.
So it's like if she's asleep, you still have to be in the house. You could hear her in case she needed a thing.
What would she possibly need?
Water.
Okay.
A
They
hug.
dry
A
out
hug.
easily.
Yeah,
they dry out easily.
A hug.
Yeah.
A kiss on the forehead, a little song. You know,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you need.
Stupid. Yeah. Stupid stuff. Yeah.
Normal stuff.
Okay. So time equals baby happiness,
Baby health.
health, which is cool. You want them to be healthy.
Yeah, I think about having another one. Well, what I've given up.
Yeah. Okay. I would fully enjoy hearing your take on the one that you have, June, which is the cutest one in like ever.
Have you seen a cuter baby? I don't know. I haven't.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Even though I have like multiple
Nieces
nephews.
and nephews and shit.
No, I have no nieces. So that's the closest to a niece I have.
So Porter,
Is a nephew.
but yeah, June is the closest thing to a niece that you have.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have 0 nieces.
She's pretty adorable.
It's like the best niece ever.
Right, so she's cute to look at all the time.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the time she goes ba ba ba. And she
What
plays
does that
the
do to
thing
you?
and past the table.
What does that do to you when she says ba ba ba?
It's like I feel patient and I feel open, and it's like her sort of moment to moment exploring reality. So it's like my job is simple now.
Mm-hmm.
Keep her safe, keep her clean, keep her fed. Interact with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like play. So I just like lay on the ground. I'd be like, "What do you want to do?"
Mm.
I don't have an agenda. I'd be like, "What do you want to do?"
Mm. There's
And
no
so she hands me a shoe.
focus
She hands me a shoe.
Yeah.
I hold the shoe. I hand it back. She smiles. She hands me the shoe. I take it back. I smile. I hand her the shoe. She takes it back. She smiles. She hands me the shoe. This is the whole game.
What do you
There's
think
no
she
other
learned
part.
from that game?
That someone will interact with her.
Mm.
That human beings will interact with her if she wants.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she learned.
So she's learning like community and society and all that.
Yeah. That kind of game is more like, hey, other people.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay, other people.
Yeah.
Because at her age, it's hard to conceive of other people.
Mm-hmm.
She's one.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So like, her needs are simple.
Mm-hmm.
Food, sleep, love, connection, cleanliness.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta clean her. She can't bathe. You have to bathe her. You know. It's pretty cute now, though. We put her in the shower with us. We just hop in the shower and then take her with us. She can stand in the shower now, which is a foot and a half tall.
Yeah. She's
So
getting like soap like falling on her.
So like next to a normal person, it's like
she's like up to your knee.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
She's like knee high.
Yeah.
And so you put soap on her and you will help her wash, and she rinses off, and it's like simple and sweet
Mm-hmm.
and comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It feels natural.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing a good job
Mm-hmm.
of being a dad and a husband and a parent.
Yeah.
That feels good.
Mm-hmm.
As far as having another one, I hear horror and heaven back and forth from different people.
What does that mean? Yeah. Expand, please.
So most people go like, "Oh, you have a kid? Cool." 50% of people go, "You have a kid? Cool. It's manageable." When you have two, they run different directions, and you're in trouble. Like it's twice as hard, and everything's fucked.
Hmm.
And then people go.
Well, I
like,
mean that like
and then if you have three,
mathematically that makes sense.
and they go, and then you have three, and you're outnumbered.
Yeah.
And then, separate from that, the other spectrum goes like, "Oh, we have a second one? Oh, good, because your older will want to show the younger what to do, and you'll be relieved of work."
It'd be like half as hard.
Yeah. So it's like, what do I believe? Somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be somewhere in between. Like June makes it easier for Willow,
Mm-hmm.
and having two is harder than one.
So the middle is no change.
Yeah. Basically, my life's not going to change.
Right.
Essentially,
Right.
evened out for 6 months of time. We're here. Same thing.
So you're excited, or you scared?
Excited. I'm only excited.
Okay.
I have been using my psychic power to envision a wonderful birthing process for Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
Like a smooth, beautiful, sweet, loving, gentle birth.
Was that different from her first?
No,
or
that's
do you
what
want the
no,
same?
The same.
Okay.
I'm basically like envisioning, imagining, calling in like literally like practicing watching it happen,
Mm-hmm.
where it's smooth and she's in pain. You can't avoid pain for her. And
I don't know. I've never.
it's
birthed.
gonna hurt. So she's hurting, but it's like it's within reason. And Willow breathes air, and we hold
You know
her.
it. You know, little one's a girl.
It's a girl.
Okay, cool.
Willow. Willow. Violet. Clark.
WBC,
Mm-hmm.
like the classic WBC.
The classic.
Yeah, cool.
JRC.
Mm-hmm.
The Joe Rogan Crash, or Juniper Rose Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Willow Violet Clark. And then I'm cutting my penis and balls clean off.
Mm-hmm.
Like one axe, just like a wood axe, just
Are you putting it on like a stump?
Well, no, we'll get like a nice like a
No, to
case.
to cut off. Like
Oh,
you put them
like
on a stump.
I'll crouch down on like a stump,
Mhm.
and then they'll be there.
Yeah.
And then I'll have the axe, and then just.
Are you gonna do it or
Oh,
someone
I'm
else?
doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it.
Oh,
For sure. I couldn't. I mean, who could you trust to do that? You know.
Someone who could do it cleanly. Like, I'd be afraid I would like give up halfway through.
No, I'm gonna just.
Okay.
Haul them off.
Do you feed them to your young?
Nope.
What do you do?
They get preserved with formaldehyde.
So like in a jar?
Yeah, and of course I pump it up a little bit. You know, I mean, I fluff
Do you
it.
put googly guys on them?
No,
Like
no.
on the outside?
No.
No, like so there's a jar. It's sitting there with the
I
balls.
mean, my
You put
daughters might do
googly
that.
guys?
You might do that, but I have this. It's not a jar. It's a case. It's a rectangular case.
Oh, so they're like preserved.
It's like 3D. Yeah.
So
like
they're not floating in like a medium.
and I've got like a 40%er. You know what I mean? So it's hanging down. So it looks
Right.
like it might be kind of natural, but it's kind of filled. So it's like a 40%er, and then heavy hanging balls, and it's preserved, and there's some hair, and it just goes up on the wall. And I'm late 30s, and how I mate with my wife, I just need nubs. There's just nub rubbing.
Where do you put this?
I'm just rubbing the nub.
This show.
The box, the my.
Do you put it over your toilet? Do you put it over the entrance to your home?
Either one. Either
Do you
one.
put it over
yeah.
the sink?
I mean, yeah.
Like
where
the
would you? I
kitchen
mean,
sink. I mean,
somewhere.
you'd see it a lot.
You'd need to.
Or do you put it like in your back closet where you don't
No,
see
no,
it very
no.
often?
It's either like when you open the front door. Whoa.
So it's just hanging there.
Yeah. Right
You have
there.
to like put it out of the way. It's like on string. You have to like move it out of the way.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's in the bathroom. You go to the bathroom. You're like, hey.
Yeah.
That's what these things do.
That's where this. Or do you put it in your daughter's bedroom? Like, this is where you came from.
Nope.
Okay, so why everywhere else and not there?
Yeah. I just her bedroom. I'm like, I don't want her like going like, I was there. I was there.
What's wrong with that?
Came out of that into the mommy.
Into the mommy.
Well, I mean, I feel like because what's wrong with that is
That's like basically a star chart. I came from there.
when she's like 12. Okay. 13, 14. Okay. Yeah.
You're just gonna hang the balls around her neck.
Yeah.
Like
a necklace. Yeah. She'll wear it to school. These are my daddy's balls.
Right. Don't fuck
Don't
with me.
fuck with me.
Don't fuck with me. Yeah. No boy will fuck with her.
If she wears my testicles
like,
as a necklace
yeah.
to her high school.
Well, because they would be bigger than the boys that she's
and
encountering.
hairier and really saggier. Really just emphasize saggy. Just have it like.
I think you've caught on to something.
Yeah.
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 Every man should send their child to junior high, their female child,
But I have two
to
daughters.
junior high with their balls around their necks.
But I have two daughters, so I'm going to
Yes.
split it down the middle. So you get half a penis and a ball sack per daughter. That's why you can't have more than two kids.
Well, you could. Just one gets a ball, one gets a ball, one gets a penis. Why do you keep moving around?
You can't because there's too many wires.
Yeah. Or you just not have kids and keep the balls and penis attached to you?
Until you're dead, and then what were they good for?
You? They were good for me? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's time to talk about that.
Yeah. I don't. Okay, so the point that I like to hold of being alive is being alive. There's nothing more, there's nothing less. So to be alive is to enjoy your life in whatever way that makes sense to you. So, if I want to keep my balls attached to my body, great.
But if you
Not attached to my butt, attached to my front.
well, your balls are kind of attached to your butt. Right
I mean, it's
now.
close. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
What
pretty close.
about you in reproduction, though? I mean, that's really the thing.
Yeah, there's no desire.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons to have children, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are, help me out here. Those are
Like good.
why.
Uh,
Those
well,
are
I mean, they
like they're cute.
well they do they fill a house out. They fill a home up. They fill a house up to make it a home. There's that kind of happens.
There's a filling.
There's a fulfilling and fulfillment experience.
Keep going.
So it's like
sure, whatever.
There's
keep
like
going.
there's this like
There's
kinda,
that.
there's this
Maybe.
hole. Like you're
Cool.
like, what do I do?
Whole of
What do I do? And then there's some of it can be filled by a kid, but it can't all be filled by a kid.
okay. So what?
So there's
So having kids is good.
and you also have to pursue your own dreams beyond that. It's both. It's like more
Right, so why
double
are people,
hard
Why are we having kids now?
because it's half of the equation.
Of
Life fulfillment.
so if you don't have kids, you like miss out on like half your life.
No, if you don't have kids, you can pursue your dreams faster. But if you don't have the community of raising people or people around you or helping raise people, it doesn't have to be your children necessarily, but like if you're not in a daily or weekly community of
Kids.
multiple aged people,
Mm-hmm.
there's a loss.
Could you theoretically not have children, but be around some other people's children and get that need of like having little ones around?
At least partially, yeah.
Yeah.
So here
That
it is.
sounds
Here it is.
cool.
So I buy 15 acres somewhere around California, and then you have 3 acres that you have a whole thing that you do, and I have 3 acres of a whole thing I do, and then like you're around the kids a couple times a week.
Right. Like if they like come near me, I'm not gonna like shoo them
shit at them.
away.
Yeah, or you could like just
Or
pull
like
your
I
ass
might
out and
feed.
shoot
I
poop
might.
at them.
I might like feed them, and like I might give them a hug.
Yeah.
But if they don't come around, like I don't have to do anything.
Right. So it's like that's probably everyone's ideal situation with like we have like 15 acres somewhere or 30 acres somewhere cool, and everyone has like space to do their thing, but it's also communal. There's like a
I mean I love the communal part.
where like we would invest in a building that was like for meeting up in.
Yeah.
But everyone had their own like house.
Right. Cool.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
You could interact with children.
So why do I
in
have
that
kids?
way.
I don't need kids at that point, right? Of my own.
That would be a scenario where you could like interact with multiple people's children and be sort of like an uncle.
Right.
And you may get some of that, but what about when you're 57
And
and
free
you
of
don't-
kids.
and you're free of kids and you don't have anyone who kind of has any tie to you?
Right. So, like,
Think about your mom. What
like,
if your mom
so, like,
didn't have you?
during the holidays,
your
like I
mom-
don't have to go anywhere. I can do whatever I want.
No, you still have to go to see your uncle and shit. There's like
they're dead. I'm 57. They're dead.
No, they're not dead. When
They're
you're
like
50, you
95.
jerk. They're not dead.
They're
yet.
95.
Imagine if your mom didn't have you.
Yeah. She would not have to come see me.
She would not have a reason to come to Sacramento, which would be sad for her. Now she has
Whoa.
Now she has a reason to come to Sacramento.
You're
and see people.
you're saying that coming to Sacramento is like amazing.
Coming to see you is amazing
Oh, okay,
to
yeah.
her.
Right.
Now she's a
So-
reason to come to Sacramento. So what
What-
if you had a reason to go to Portland because your kid ended up in Portland? You
My
have a
kid?
reason to go to Portland.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your kid might end up in Portland,
Which Portland?
Oregon.
Okay, well that's way better than Maine.
Wouldn't
I've
even
never-
float that idea as
Yeah,
a
I
reasonable
know,
opportunity.
seriously.
Yeah.
If anyone, Jamie,
Jamie,
don't let anyone in Maine see this.
yeah, cancel that.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I would 100% like to be a cool uncle because technically I already am an uncle, and
Yeah.
not being the best. Not being the best of that.
Yeah. There it is. Perfect. A little less. Oh no.
Not being the best of that irks me.
You, my friend,
Yes.
can't be the best. Neither can I. Nor can George Carlin or Jim Carrey
Well, they're
or
dead.
Donald Trump.
They're all dead.
They're all dead people.
Yes.
So
Like inside and physical.
yeah. So it's like that's a myth. Really, like, do you have the income
To do
Yes.
what?
Have a baby? Do you have the time? Yeah.
Well, honestly, like literally, honestly, none of that matters because people have kids all the fucking time. So there is no such thing as, do you have XYZ to have a kid? Because people have kids on the street when they're homeless.
That's more of a reason for you to have a kid.
Even
more.
No.
Yes.
No.
Even more.
No. That's not a.
Triple more.
That's not a thing.
Definitely.
That's not, just because I can doesn't mean I should.
You just said
No,
that
just
it's not
just because I can doesn't mean I should.
No, but you said it's not a barrier to not have income.
Environmentally, the best thing you can do for the environment is not have a child.
Wrong.
No, right.
Right. The best thing you can do is make a person
Nope.
who is
Because
a person who's sustainable.
Because that little person will be
me.
a sucker of all necessities that require things that will harm the internet or harm the environment.
A sucker?
Yes.
Tell me more.
Well, okay, so you are a person that lives in a first world. You are used to high levels of energy to power your life.
Yeah.
Your child will be that plus more. So the best thing would be to not have a child that is a high user of energy.
So death.
No. So not having another.
Hey, come on in.
Yeah. Look at that little one.
Look what we got over here.
Do you like energy?
Come on in. Hey. We were just talking about babies and stuff. All right. Hand her over. Come on.
She's going to grab that mic.
That's right. Adam's ready. Come on.
Something serious.
This one?
Yep.
His first podcast.
That's like our 5th podcast.
This is what they do.
Huh? Hi.
For a second, no, but that's it.
Hi. Hey, Junebug. We were talking about you, kind of. This is my spawn.
Mm-hmm.
She's like
Wants to get over there.
14. She's like 14 months old.
So that's like a year and
Couple months.
a couple months.
Yeah, she's
If you can do math.
she's squirmy, and she's strong,
Just gonna do that.
and she's
Okay.
intelligent, and she's adorable. And we
Well,
try to like make her hair like
I mean, that is
go a
a
direction,
given.
right?
Adorable.
All right. But she's like trying to be like,
Where do you want to go?
Hey, can I want to chew on the wires. If that's possible. Yeah.
Are we still waking up?
She's still. We were just. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
going on?
Oh.
She's
What's
not quite
going on?
sure how she feels.
I know, sometimes it's rough.
You want to try Uncle Adam? You want to say
Sometimes
hi?
it's rough.
No. Okay.
Yeah, she's doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change your diaper. And get some shoes on. How's that sound, Peanut? Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Oh!
You want to get over there? Yeah?
You're a squirmy baby.
She's a squirmy worm.
Okay. Okay, cool. Good talk, guys.
Thanks, dear. See, you could have that.
And that's why I don't want one. Right there.
It's miserable.
That ruined like 5 minutes of my life.
Yeah, wasn't that
Of
terrible?
Of our life.
Yeah.
That was like 5 minutes ruined.
Yeah.
Jamie, can you just
Just
delete
delete all that.
all of that?
Yeah. Ugh,
That was.
gross.
I need like a beer. Look,
You gotta tighten.
that's ruined. That is literally ruined. Jamie, can you
delete that.
Can you just come?
You gotta tighten it.
Jamie. Is there even a Jamie here?
There isn't.
Yeah, this is really.
It's actually in a good position where it is, but
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's that's phenomenal.
phenomenal. I'm actually. Are we both about ready for
You know what?
non-sobriety quest?
So basically,
So you're ready to have kids?
no.
Yeah. No. No, because they are too hard.
Oh shit! Did I hit something?
Mm-mm.
I hear a thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well,
So
no. Point it at you.
why?
Yeah.
Does it-
It's
does
you
it-
need. Yeah.
How's that?
Perfect.
Okay. No. Wait.
No.
What was your question?
Are you gonna have a kid now?
No. Something about hard kids. Kids hard. Kids are hard.
Is it hard to ever raise a kid?
No, because we've been doing it for fucking ever.
And you have a high maintenance dog. You've basically been practicing for years.
Well, what I mean is, no, like we as humans have been having children forever, so it's not hard to have children. Like anyone can have a child, and it will happen. Like you'll make it work. It's just at this point.
You're too cool. You have like you have too much going. You have too many hobbies. No, see, I got you right here.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, right there.
I don't know. It's just.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's okay.
So is it good to have a child out of I don't know? Rather than I want a child?
I don't know.
So
And
therefore I should
no,
have
no,
a
no,
child?
No. I don't know is worse than we could have and we didn't. If you go and you're in your late 50s and you're like, why didn't we?
Mm-hmm. I don't know is worse than what? Than we could have but didn't?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we always could have.
Mm.
And we
No.
didn't.
You have a finite time where her body can do it. It's going to be over in like 5 years.
Okay, so what you're saying is we need to make a decision.
Yeah.
I decide no.
Huh?
No. I think I'm more comfortable with I would rather be child free.
More comfortable.
Yeah.
Is comfort the best thing for you?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm alive, and what's the point of being alive? Is the point of being alive hardship or comfort?
Comfort is a temporary respite from life activity.
Or
No.
or
No.
or is it I've achieved comfort in my life?
It's false.
I don't know.
It's false.
I don't know. What are you striving for? Do you strive for comfort?
I strive for experience.
And
Comfort.
would you rather have hardship or comfort?
Hardship.
You would rather have hardship in your life.
Because experience comes from hardship.
I think you should think about that more.
Comfort is good,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a respite between actions.
If you have comfort, do you have the time and the space to do things?
No.
Yes, you do.
Nope.
Yeah,
Because you're too busy.
because I am not busy with anything.
But you don't
But
do
if you're
anything.
busy with your child, do you have time to do other things?
Hell yeah.
Mm.
I'm in 3 bands.
I know. But can you just pick up and quit your job right now?
No.
Could I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a baby.
right. Could I pick up and drop everything and
You couldn't
move?
quit your job if you had a baby. You
Right.
need your job.
Right. But what I'm saying is there's more freedom in not having a child.
Freedom in that way is not the best thing.
It's not a worse thing.
It's not a goal to attain. It's,
My-
it's a convenience to enjoy.
I think life is the goal of life is to enjoy your life. However that equals to you. I don't think there's one goal for everyone. So if
to
my
enjoy life is one goal.
my goal is to have a carefree life,
You said to enjoy life. Enjoying life and a carefree life is very different.
no,
Yes.
you can have an enjoyable life having a carefree life.
No.
Yeah, yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes, you can.
Look at Dan Bilzerian.
Who's that?
He's on Instagram. He's rich. He's got like big-breasted models on his yachts all
right.
the time.
Uh-huh. And does he have a
He's bored with
carefree
it.
life?
He's bored with it now.
Does he have a carefree life?
He did for a while. And
It
then
was no. It was probably.
He's bored with it.
It was probably stress filled with. I need to get the biggest breasted model to come on my show.
No.
I needed to do this.
he was
I
just
need to do
he was
this.
effing
I-
with his wiener. He was,
And I need to have a camera crew filming me all the time. I need to have this. I need to be on the biggest boat. I need to be not stepped on my cord.
yeah.
I need to be. He probably had a lot of needs in his life that were in the focus of looking carefree.
Struggle
He
and
probably.
discomfort
He.
is the point of life.
I don't think so.
Yep.
I don't. I think that is a false narrative. I don't think you need to hurt to have a good life.
I think you need to hurt to
I
have a
don't.
good life.
I don't.
Why not? Wait, I mean, you like just get soggy and
There's
sit
nothing.
down.
There's nothing about being comfortable that means you're soggy.
Exercise is not comfortable.
You don't have to hurt.
You do have to hurt.
No, I don't think so. You're exercising wrong if you have to hurt.
Don't you feel pain from exercise?
Once in a while, but I think I overdid it at those points. So I don't need to overdo it. To exercise, you don't need to overdo it. But when I hurt is when I overdid it. So therefore,
If a psychotically obese person were to walk around the block, they would be in great pain.
right. But there was something
So that pain is the catalyst
when you
for
said
their
when
well-being.
you psychotically
Pain
overweight.
equals well-being.
When you said psychotically overweight, there was psychotically. The word psychotically means they weren't happy.
Yeah.
So something was going on there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So a perfectly content person walking around the block would be fine.
We have no dispute there. My dispute.
So what's
with
wrong
you,
with that? What's wrong with that one person who is fine walking around the block?
My dispute with you is that struggle, difficulty, pain, growth is life. And that comfort is something you do in between those things, which I'm totally on board with. You have to be comfortable,
Yeah.
but you need to break from comfort and drive a boat from San Pedro to Berkeley to live on it for 3.5
That's
years.
only if you want to grow,
Why are we here?
to experience
grow.
life,
To grow.
to experience life.
We gotta grow.
You cannot possibly experience everything life has to give you. You can't. That is physically impossible. You don't have enough time to physically experience everything life has to give you.
Probably not.
So, you get to pick and choose.
Yep.
So, if I am happy sitting here talking with you, eating Cheetos, and that's how I spend my days, what's wrong with that? What's wrong?
You could
with
have
that?
stayed. No, you could have
What's
stayed
wha-
home.
But I could have done lots of other things. You could always have done other things. Always you could have done other things. No matter
Just effort is required. Just effort.
No, but no matter what you choose, you could always have done something else. That doesn't mean anything.
It just means that complacency and comfort is not the answer.
But if you get to the point in your life where you are happy, why change that?
Because growth is possible.
No. But why change if you're happy?
Happy is not real.
Yes, it is. If you are content, how is that unreal?
I think happiness is
There's no such thing as happiness. You're always striving for this mythical happiness.
it's a flow. It's waves.
So at some point you get it,
Maybe seasonal.
and then it goes away.
Your confidence is connected to this.
But what if you're just like, so you're happy?
If you're
so,
confident,
Okay, so I'm gonna turn this to me. So I'm happy with my wife Maggie.
yeah, she's cool.
So that will go away. So I have to continually strive for something different.
It's more like to entertain yourself in the marriage.
So I have
New
to,
things have to arrive.
right. So I have to, if that's not Maggie, I have to push that aside, and
No, it's more like
Maggie
you put
has,
her in a weird
Maggie
dress
has
or
to keep changing to keep me happy. What if I'm just happy with Maggie?
that's fine.
So then I don't have to do anything else. I just stay with Maggie.
If you felt the need
What if I didn't feel the need?
to what?
What if I was just happy with Maggie? Can
Sure.
I just be content with Maggie?
Yeah.
So then what do we have to change?
You just will. There's no have to. You just will.
I will change. I will get tired of Maggie. Okay, so what I'm saying is
New needs will arrive.
what I'm saying is new needs don't necessarily have to arrive, and you can get
They
to
will unavoidably. You can't stop that. They
so
will.
I will Maggie will get tired of me.
No. You'll
So
go
Maggie
you have
will-
3 years or something.
And then I will have to change to entertain Maggie's changing desires.
Basically.
And what if I don't?
You lose. Her desires will change and so will yours. It's also her job to change to your desires. Like just because it just flow of months. It's not like all of a sudden you're a bad person. It's more like you became a fan of a podcast and then your personality changed a little. It's like the point of being married is to grow together. To change together.
Okay. And there's a possibility that you will grow apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you almost can't even change.
You're not in control of.
Oh.
So, the only constant is change. There is no constant.
Love.
Of what?
There's love.
Love of what? Well, you love whatever you love, but whatever you love changes.
There are two constants. Love
Love of what?
and fear.
Love. You can change your fears.
In your choices of your life,
so
you
those,
can love or you can fear.
but those things,
Those are constants.
but those change.
yeah. Are you afraid, or do you want to give love?
Right. But the target of that fear and the target of that love changes.
The target? What do you mean? What target?
Well, I love Cheetos. And you're saying eventually I will get tired of this and I will love something else. And I can't possibly love Cheetos forever.
If you only ate Cheetos.
Right. So is it bad if I only ate Cheetos?
Yeah.
Why? That's what I love. I love Cheetos.
Try it.
Yeah, they're so good.
Try eating only Cheetos.
Right. But I love it.
Buy a crate.
Right.
How you feel?
I don't think you want to go down this road.
Not great.
But so if I have a crate of, or if Maggie has a crate of me, she will eventually tire of me.
You're thinking of it, you have these like concrete blockings.
I know, but what I'm saying is, I'm saying that I can just be like content with these things, and you're saying no, those things will change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be content. I have a lot of contentment with my life now.
Right. But you won't be happy with forever with those?
No. I just know that like I'm very content with my garage,
Yeah.
my truck, and my wife, and
Yeah.
I just know so much about life that in 5 to 7 years it's gonna look very different.
So you're just gonna walk away,
Nope.
or it's just are you gonna stay
I'm choosing to stay with this.
out of
A personal choice.
out of promise, but not out of a want?
A want. A personal want.
But you don't know what you want in 5 years.
That's not even related.
You just said your wants will change in 5 years.
When I got married,
Uh-huh.
I was like, this lady's my partner.
Right.
And Adam, I need a beer.
Yeah. I have to pee. Damn
Okay,
it.
should we pause it?
Jamie.
Pause it.
Jamie. Wait.
What? Wait.
Jamie. Wait. Just listen to this and pause it. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh. Oh my god, yeah. And you know what? That was the sound of our toes.
Yeah.
We recorded that sound earlier, and that was our toes. I really have to pee so bad.
Let's pause. Pause?
Do I take this with me? No.
Yeah. Then we'll pause this one too.
Okay.